Hello and welcome back to another episode of Drive Talk. My name is James, and this is a short little video podcast where I talk about a single topic in the world of gaming on my short commute to work. Today I figured we would talk about, there was a post on, I believe it came from Twitter, and it was from Microsoft saying that essentially that Xbox games would be coming to Nintendo as part of their negotiations on getting this Activision Blizzard merge deal through. For those that don't know the backstory, last year probably one of the biggest announcements in gaming was Microsoft's intent to purchase Activision Blizzard for, I think it was like $1 squillion, something really billions and billions of dollars. Sony has kind of stepped in recently and said, we don't want that to happen because you're going to make Call of Duty an exclusive, and it would take us years to make similar products while you're just kind of buying it. I kind of get their argument to a certain degree, but come on, Sony. Like, you have a wealth of first-party studios that are exclusive to your platform. If you look at Microsoft's first-party lineup, like, it's getting better with some of the studios that they acquired, but it's not to the level of what Sony has been putting out. And as much as I love Xbox and their platform, I think it's pretty safe to say that like Sony's first-party stuff is pretty well done, and I think they personally have enough talent to, honestly, I would really like to see Sony just stand up to the competition and develop a first-person shooter that can stand toe-to-toe with Call of Duty. I don't see why they couldn't. I purchased the last Call of Duty game. It was okay. It sold really well, but my excitement for that game definitely died a lot quicker than previous installments. So honestly, I think there is room for any game to come out and dethrone Call of Duty. I know it's a large kind of ask, but I think Sony has the development power to make something really great, and I like that competition. I think it fosters, people to innovate and come up with new and great games, which benefits all of us in the end. But circling back, so I guess Xbox has said, we're not going to make a Call of Duty exclusive, and in fact, this is good for consumers because we'll be extending Call of Duty to other platforms such as Nintendo, which historically hasn't had a Call of Duty game since maybe like the Wii or Wii U. I remember some of those ports, and they were okay, like they did well, but the Switch is kind of bound by hardware limitations because it is a handheld, and a lot of those AAA kind of Call of Duty games haven't come to Switch for obvious reasons, I guess. But what was interesting about the statement is saying it wasn't just Call of Duty, it was Xbox games coming to Nintendo. And I think that raises, a lot of interesting questions Are we on the verge of new Nintendo hardware? Because obviously, if we're pushing some of these Xbox games to, Nintendo hardware, currently that's not going to fly. So maybe there is, a sequel to the Switch in the works. Playing my Steam Deck, it's the generational gap in between, what I'm playing on my Steam Deck to what I'm playing on my Switch is pretty remarkable. Nintendo does a great job with their first-party titles, but even then, like, beyond, like, some games, like, the Marios and Zeldas, which, generally pretty polished, a lot of the other games are starting to show kind of the age of the hardware and the limitations. The Switch is a great system, but it's definitely a bit long in the tooth right now, and I think a lot of people are expecting an upgrade. So could this little message from Xbox be an indication that new hardware is coming? Perhaps. The other option, which seems very likely, is that Game Pass would be coming to the Switch or to Nintendo hardware. And the reason that I say this is, there's been a few Switch games that have relied on cloud services, and Xbox is definitely pushing their cloud, gaming service. It's definitely gotten better over the years that I've tried it. Personally, I don't really have a need for their cloud services, but I have pretty fast and stable internet, so for me to download, a large AAA game, it's, less than 20 minutes for me to have that natively installed, either on my Xbox or PC. But it is nice having that cloud option, and I think because Nintendo have allowed cloud streaming games on their platform before, I think the port of Control was one of those games where it ran off servers. I think it shows, a good possibility that this cloud streaming service that Microsoft has could come to Switch, and that would kind of solve the question about what do you mean about Xbox games coming to Nintendo, because it seems to be more than just, okay, we're going to port some Call of Duty games to Switch. They specifically said Xbox games, which is super interesting, but this is just mere speculation at this point, but it is fun to speculate. I think Microsoft is doing whatever they can in order to make this deal go through. Sony's is really being a little, unreasonable about this. I get that they're trying to protect their platform and keep these games on their platform. I know Call of Duty has had great success on PlayStation, and honestly, I think they're missing the mark on Microsoft's stance of, like, bringing these games to more platforms. I think Xbox wants to be a service, and that's the direction that they're heading into. And hopefully, as someone that subscribes to Game Pass and that doesn't want to spend $100 on Call of Duty like I did last year, I'm hoping the deal goes through, because again, as a Game Pass subscriber, that would be a huge value add for me to have this extended library of games, and it just makes the service more appealing. I think it's a great value for, people like me that, I have a full life, I have, a family and stuff, and my budget for gaming is not as much as it used to be, and with games rapidly increasing in price, Game Pass just makes more and more sense. I can easily budget $15 to $20 a month, and I'm very much entertained with that month of gaming. There's always something to play on Game Pass, so I'm hoping it goes through, and it'll be exciting to see what comes out of this, because it seems like it's not just going to affect people that own Xboxes. It's also going to benefit people that are on other platforms too, like Nintendo. So yeah, with that said, thank you again for watching, subscribing, all that fun stuff. I hope you have a good day and a good night.